Hello and welcome to Follow Everton on this beautiful Sunday sunny afternoon. I've just been sunbathing in the back garden. Wes, how are you, friend?
I thought that was the fucking Terminator then for a minute.
I'll be back.
I haven't got a motorbike.
We like to have a laugh, mate, don't we?
We do, mate.
Everyone. Hello, everyone out there on the planet who's a blue.
Oof, squeaky bum time, the Robster.
Are you nervous?
Oh my God, like you wouldn't believe, mate.
Oh yeah. Are you genuinely like? Are you thinking nervous, but it's a nice nervous, or are you thinking nervous because what happened on Monday?
It's not a good nervous. It's a absolutely bricking it nervous because this game is so pivotal now.
There's the team, by the way, everyone.
Yeah. This game so pivotal now from what happened yesterday. Burnley are only now 4 points behind us, 2 points behind Luton, and obviously Luton getting absolutely tonked yesterday, so that got the goal difference back up again. So this is a pivotal game. This is a must win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like would you take a point? It's
No.
like
But past that point,
we're at the end of the cliff, just deciding is the parachute going to open here, aren't we? But we can't go back.
Yeah, and you know what? Like the Forest fans will be thinking the same. Do you know what I mean? The Forest fans will be in the same boat as what we are. But can I say that it means more to us than what it does to Forest? I don't know, Rob.
Well, of course you can, because you're Evertonian.
It's a bit controversial, though, doesn't it? You know, we both want to stay in the league, but you know we've been there since dawn of time, so it's like I don't know. It's just it's like
Have you ever heard that saying? And I'm sure you have, mate, because we're two outlasses. All good things come to an end.
Oh yeah,
But it's not been a good thing with us, has it? For quite a while, it's kind of, you know what I mean. You're kind of 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, and it's been like that year after year after year for maybe 10, 12, 15 years. Some people probably say a little bit further, and each time you think, oh, we'll be all right, we'll be all right. Now we literally are staring down the barrel of a double barrel shotgun. That's the way I say it.
I've said it before. The past three seasons, you know, I was nervous about going down, obviously, but this time round, I'm more nervous than I've ever been because it can go switch in a second in the space of a couple of days. You know, things can change. I mean, you look at our friends across the park, 2 points clear at the top of the league one week. The following week, 2 points behind in third place. So things can quickly change. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. Like Luton, obviously Luton getting an absolute tonking yesterday by Brentford. I don't think anybody in the wildest dreams would expect the Brentford to put 5 past them, especially with Ivan Toney out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they're probably nervous as well, aren't they? You know, coming the end now, it's like, excuse me, are there any men around to stand up and be counted?
This is what we need, though, isn't it, Rob? This is what we need now. Is these players that needs to sort of get a grip of themselves and go like, this is serious. You know what I mean? And we can't rely on the fans anymore. Dice has put that to bed with the fans lined up outside Goodison with the flares and all this, that, and the other, because he likes the players to make their way to the ground by themselves individually and all. I mean, it's a bit strange if you ask me. You know, you've got to try and do anything you possibly can to get the fans behind the team, because sometimes they're not behind the team at all the time in the ground.
Yeah, that's probably based on what they're observing, isn't it? Because it's just life. It's society. You go, you want to win, you have your expectations, you want to be entertained, you're paying your money, so you then have your say if things don't go your way. And when
Yeah.
it's thousands and thousands of people inside the auditorium, so to speak, the stadium, it can be heard, can it?
But you know, when all's said and done, the fans only feed off what they see that's going on the pitch, right? If the 11 players are not providing something for the fans to get behind, then the fans are going to turn on them. You know what I mean? But it happens very quickly at Goodison.
Yeah, there won't be a watch along as well today, by the way.
No.
Aussie Chris is in an Airbnb somewhere in the US with his family. So sorry about that one, because that one has been very, very popular. Just touching 2,000 people kind of on his watch along.
Yeah.
So it'll only be a pre-match, which is Hinge and Bracket, me and Wez, and there'll be a post-match. Not quite sure who's on the post-match. Hopefully with smiling faces.
I think Aussie Chris is doing the watch along, and
Okay.
And I don't think anybody's volunteered to join them, so I might jump on with them, mate.
Oh well, I wish you luck on that one. I must have missed that message, buddy. So I'll be kind of dipping in and out, doing a few jobs as well as. What country are you in today, by the way? Oh no, you don't have to be. You're all right, aren't you?
Got Sky, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah. Those beautiful people, the ones who support Everton. So make sure you've got your Sky packages. Make sure you're paying at least about £175 a month to watch all the messages, because that's cheap. And £175 a month is cheap because they have supported Everton through thick and thin with the point and all the positive press and media releases. So forget to sack them dodgy sticks. Send them all back.
Has anybody out there got the Forest team? Because I don't think it's been put up yet.
Or better still, as well, are there any Forest fans listening? How are you feeling today? Do you think you can turn us over? It was 2-2 up there, Wes, wasn't it? And we could have won that one up there, mate.
Yeah, but going back to our team, like I said it last week, didn't I? I'd prefer Gomez to be playing in the middle now. Obviously, starting with Garner Gay, and I'd put Gomez in alongside Onana or Garner Gay. He's the only one that's got that playmaking ability about him, Rob. The only one that can see a pass, got the composure on the ball, but Dice won't play him.
Gomez.
Is it just me? Like
I've got. He's in the team today, though, mate. Isn't he?
He's on the bench, is he?
Gomez is playing
today. Is he starting today?
Yeah.
I didn't see his name on there. Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah. So so if that makes you feel a little bit better, mate. Well, when you think, right, he's our only playmaker, and the injuries he's had, and he's been with us for quite a while, and we've spent best part of $500 million, maybe even a little bit more, and he's still only our playmaker, and he's what, 30, 31, 32. But it says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, for me, it's the composure he has on the ball rather than anything else. I mean, he can also throw a tackle in. He's not quick, but his composure on the ball, where none of the players have that at all at Everton. They don't have the composure to look up under pressure, see a pass, and play the pass.
Is that a new person, buddy?
No, he's a Forest fan.
Forest fan.
Yeah.
Right, gonna cry. I like that.
Gonna cry.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure you're gonna cry.
Is he related to gonorrhea?
So nervous, yeah. Looking forward to it, but might be an ugly game. Yeah, I have to put my glasses on that one. Forest fan, nice for you to tune in. Do you know what? Just before a fight, as they go, shake hands, shake gloves, whatever. All the best, mate.
Yeah. So where do you think? We all know where the threat's coming from with Forest. He's
a good playmaker, Gibbs White. We were linked with him at the start. We were linked with him, but he swerved us. He swerved us.
Yeah, but he went for the price that Forest paid for him. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's paid off in spades because he is their best player. But for the money that Wolves wanted for him, don't forget he's only just recently broke into the Wolves team, and for I think it's 40 million Forest parted with for him. You know what I mean? So it's it was a lot of money then, but it's paid off for them. But what has it? Because it come back to bite them with the points deduction. You know what I mean? Kept them up, but is it gonna keep them up this season? Are they gonna, the 4 pointers are gonna come back?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it, mate? That's the $1 million question. Because, as we've said, Everton have got to win. Everton have got to win today. However, would you take a point? I'm being the devil's advocate now for our beautiful pundits out there. Would you take a point?
No, mate. No.
Because you're avoiding defeat against someone who's right by your side. I know the win takes you above them.
Yeah, but like I said yesterday on the group chat, right?
Were you on the chat yesterday?
Yeah, if we win today, 5 points clear of Luton, right? And if we get a point back on our appeal, it's 6 points with the goal difference. Effectively, that's 7 points, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a massive incentive for them to win today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just putting it out there for our lovely people out there to go. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know where you're coming from and take a point, because that's what we do. We put something out there, don't we? We have a little chat about it.
Yeah,
but as we say, Chris, totally, 1,000,000% with you.
It is a must, and you can imagine that the pressure that them players are under now.
Aussie Chris sitting on the fence there.
Right, I'll be having a word with him on the
yeah
on the post match.
Aussie Chris, you are sacked, my friend. You are bombed off. No, P-Macher, if you listen to what I said, mate, I said I'm playing devil's advocate, and I put it just for topic of conversation. Trust me, mate, I ain't going for no point.
So also, Rob, what do you think of this thing that's come out with Dice saying he's sold the players? If you're looking for a new manager, forget it. I'm here and I'm fighting.
Well, I'm quite surprised that is in the public domain, because you don't wash your linen in dirty water. That's another old saying. So for him to know what he knows, and he's kept it all under wraps, and he's been dead honest with his squad stuff and whatever, but stuff like that is stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And I think basically what he's saying there is, look, I'm pissed off here with all the rumours and all the shit that's flying left, right and centre. Yeah, have it. So I do think he's an honest guy. I do think he's a nice guy. Is he the right fit for Everton? Well, we've got him. And like we've said before, mate, he ain't going anywhere. So we're all in this proverbial SHIT together. So we've got to get ourselves out of it.
Yeah, I had a lad in the car yesterday, and he said to me, "Do you think if Dice keeps us up this season, he deserves a new contract?" And I said, "Not really." I said, "If you want to continue watching that football, then by all means, give him a new contract, and he might keep you up for a couple of seasons, but he'll get found out." And we'll struggle. Like today, someone said there, what tactics do you think?
What tactics? What tactics you think it'll be today? I'm expecting. I know he's there. I know the dog's he's probably putting the dog in the bed. I'm expecting Everton to give Forest at home, by the way, but that's kind of like what we've been doing. I think they'll have most of the possession. I'd expect it to be 65% possession to 35 for us, and then kind of hit them on the press, as they say. That we kind of did really well at the start of the season, but missed the chances. But we haven't been pressing very well in recent times. Well, in fact, since we came back from Portugal, the press has almost been non-existent.
No, the press lasts about 10, 15 minutes, and then it disappears. Like Chelsea on Monday, it was so easy for them to beat the press. It was unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? And
Wasn't
then
the press?
like
I don't think it was a press, mate.
it was for the first 10 minutes, and then they found a way around it. Like, they just switched the ball out to the right, and then played little triangles and played through us, and it was like a training game for them. You know what I mean? But
in a nutshell, yeah, it was.
Like I don't get this mentality of giving up so much possession. I really don't get it. And like just lumping the ball. You know what I mean? The dog's going to go berserk.
Yeah, that's an old saying, mate, isn't it? Lumping it up from, like, that was the old days. It's the old way of playing footy, isn't it? At our level, it was literally, lump it up and you'd be on the end of it, hopefully, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen today. I'm hoping Gomez is going to get his foot on it, and people are going to make runs because we're like statues when we get the ball, aren't we, Rob? Like, we just stand there and like expect it to be passed to them instead of making space, dragging midfielders, dragging defenders here, then creating space for somebody else. They just stand there. And you're like,
at the start, didn't we, Wes? We try and be as positive as we can, but it's, as you all know, fellow Blues, it's bloody tough being an Evertonian. Oh my God, I had a full head of hair, a couple of years ago.
I had dreads.
Just while Ryan's mentioning that one, I don't. Whether that's because Everton have not been playing as well as they should have, could have, and whether the fact that the Everton fans are expecting a Tonkin at the derby, but Ryan has donated his free tickets for the Everton derby on Wednesday. So currently, I've noticed that there hasn't been a massive uptake, but if there's only 20 entries, that means you've got a 1 in 20 chance of winning a derby ticket for Wednesday night, because the draw is 7 o'clock tonight. So, Wes, how can you win that derby ticket, mate?
Well, there's two ways to Robster. You can either go to Twitter or X, formerly Twitter, and go on the post that Ryan's put up, follow Everton, and requote it. Or if you're not already a subscriber on YouTube, get yourself over to YouTube and subscribe to Follow Everton, and that's basically it. That's all you've got to do.
It couldn't be any more simple. So if you want to go and sit on your own at the derby game, because it's only one ticket, it's not two, unfortunately, that's all you need to do. And if you're already a subscriber, Wes, somebody asked last week.
If what?
If you're already a subscriber,
onto Twitter and requote the link that Ryan's put up. It's as simple as that. There you go. He's just put it up there.
There's the link for you. So click on the button if you fancy to be in, but if you fancy the chance of going to see Everton at home against the opposition on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, so Forest have only won 2 games away all season, by the way. I mean, but then we've only won 4 at Goodison, so probably end up being a bloody 0-0 or something. You know what I mean? But they score goals, Forest. Like, obviously, Chris Wood is a danger man, and I'm really hoping they play to our strengths, where they knock balls into the box, because we'll head them meat and drink all day. You know what I mean?
He's an ex-Burnley fella, isn't he? He's the one we didn't buy, Chris Wood, isn't he? We bought all the others.
Yeah, Chris Wood. He was at Newcastle, weren't he?
Yeah.
went from Burnley to Newcastle,
Yeah.
and he's not good enough for them. But I think this is probably his most productive season, actually.
Yeah. Quite surprised.
Well, he's just a battering ram, isn't he? That's all he is. But if they start throwing balls into the box, we'll defend them all day.
I think everyone's happy that Brantwaite is playing, because it was one of them. I wonder if. So he's kind of he's had 5 days to recover, hasn't he? So
I just hope that it's not like he was touch and go, and he's willing to put himself out there. Because if it's one of them where he plays today and then he gets himself injured again and then he's out for the rest of the season, we've got to then rely on Godfrey or Michael Keane centre half. Do you know what I mean? And that's a scary thought.
let's not go there, mate. And just I know we've got a post-match. Wes probably be on it with Aussie Chris. Wes and I both decided that tomorrow night we'll do a midweek night brews. Normally do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, but we'll do that tomorrow night. So we'll be having, it'll either be champagne tomorrow, champagne all round, darlings.
Champagne all round. So
Mr.
Blue Skies there said Forest are awful on set pieces, and we need to take advantage of that. And then Peter's come back with, we're shite at set pieces as well, even though we've scored 50% of our goals from set pieces, Peter Duggan.
Yeah. I think everything's just been a little bit inconsistent this year. It's kind of like having a jigsaw, but all the pieces are in the box, but you can't put the jigsaw together, and it just does your head in, and you probably end up slinging it. And that's the way Everton's season has just been. It just hasn't materialised. But we've come to the end. It's still, well, we're almost at the end. We're on the running, and it's still in our hands. So they stand up and be counted home and away, or sack it.
Yeah,
and they'll go down as the worst performers in the club history.
Yeah, you look at it this way: is that this is an imperative that we win it today, because it eases the pressure then going in. So, on the group chat yesterday, Ryan saying out and said, like, we should be looking at, wanting Luton to win. I don't know why. I don't know where he got the logic from, Ryan. If you're listening in the background, I don't know where you got the logic from that we wanted Luton to win. We said we needed Brentford to get beat so that if we start winning games, we move further up the league, and obviously that's more money. And I get that, right? But the more games that Luton wins, the better. And also with Brentford winning as well, they're kind of safe now. So, like, the teams that we've got to play, apart from the Red Shite and Arsenal, right? The rest are all in and around us, right? And they're all fighting for their lives. The worst teams that you want to be playing this time of the season is the teams in and around you that are scrapping for it. Because you want, like Brentford now, they're pretty much safe. So they're kind of mid-table. They'll be on the beach. So hopefully next week, when we play them, they'd be like, we're safe. You know what I mean? So we've got nothing to play for. A bit like Bournemouth last game of the season, last season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think some of our players have been on the beach playing in flip-flops all season, mate.
I know, yeah. But Sheffield United look like they've given up, don't they?
Yeah. I don't. They're kind of like not in the equation, are they? We're looking over our shoulders, and it's one of them. Like you're in a race, but you're in a race and you're comfortable. You've done all your work. You keep looking over your shoulder. Keep looking over your shoulder, and you look over your shoulder that often that you trip up and fall over. Everton just need to concentrate on what they're doing and go and come on. I mean, you'd have loved to have listened to the aftermath of the 6-0, wouldn't you, mate?
Oh, mate. Like, obviously, Aussie Chris normally does a analysis after that, but obviously he had his folks over in the US, so he didn't do one. But he would have had his work cut out there, wouldn't he? Trying to analyse that.
Well, the analysis, literally, I mean, it would have been soul destroying to do an analysis on a 6-0 because there's so many mistakes and whatever. So it's what you do. If you home in on the mistakes, then it might as well be a Chelsea analysis, mightn't it? Because it's like, what have you got? A lot of the stuff was, as we've said, schoolboy stuff. They weren't getting the tackles in. They were sitting off.
So many nutmegs as well.
Yeah.
So many nutmegs.
That is, in professional terms, and let's face it, I always talk about the money, mate. These are on Mega Wonga. Okay, it's not your Man City Mega Wonga, but it's some of the players are six figures.
I mean, Tarkovsky's on 100 grand a week, but you could probably count on one hand the players who have you could actually say they've pulled the type out for Everton this season. Do you know what I mean? The rest of them, like James Garner, nosedived, absolutely nosedived.
Yeah, Jack Harrison, he's not the only one, is he?
He's not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most of them, I said, you could count on one hand how many players, like the likes of Branthwaite, he's put his body on the line week after week after week. Tarkovsky, another one. Sometimes they make an error, but they are human after all.
Yeah.
Pickford as well saved us a lot of times. Okay, he made a mistake last week, but we all know that he's got that in him to make mistakes, but he's cut most of his mistakes out, and he saved us on so many occasions. So that's why I think he didn't get a lot of flack from the fans over, compared to what he might have got if he was constantly making mistakes. Like when he balls that goal up for Origi in the derby, he got so much flack over that. Do you know what I mean? But he's kind of like,
you're right,
steadied his ship, and he is reliable.
Yeah, they've got to have had. I mean, we don't know what the relationship is with the manager. Do we? We don't know if the players don't like his tactics, or it can't. This just can't be the Patterson slap in Portugal.
No.
It seems much deeper than that, Wes.
The thing is, Rob, right? You put yourself in the player's position, right? And you're basically getting told to give up possession for 65-70% of the game against inferior opposition. Burnley were inferior opposition. Okay, we won the game, but it was dreadful. It was awful to watch. Now, to me, right, I don't want a manager to come in and we start thinking that we're Brazil by any stretch of the imagination. You know what I mean, Rob? But like you can't play at home against a team that's below you and give them most of the ball. You've got to be proactive. You've got to be driving forward, and maybe that's what it is, Rob. They just think this is not the way we should be playing.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. And I said earlier when you were putting the dog in the kitchen or whatever, that I'd estimate that Forest will have 65% of the possession today.
Yeah, because they're better on the ball than we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you probably look at the rest of the league, and the whole of the league. I'm even talking Sheffield United here, Rob. They're better on the ball than what we are, because we cannot pass. Yeah, so we've said that before.
Yeah. If there's one thing that totally destroyed the confidence and whatever, because they were flying high at that one, was that cocky.
Yeah.
Sort of, I'll just flick it in because I'm 6'4" and I've got a presence and I'm going somewhere else next season anyway. It was just that was the one pivotal. I don't know. Do you know what? Mightn't be, but it just so coincided with the loss of form and one win in 14, 15. Do you know what, mate? I've actually lost count. I just know that this is our worst run in the history of the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. And since 1878, mate, when we were 2 and 3 year olds. I mean, it's just not on, is it?
Gary Coffee Bum there is right what he says. Got to run through brick walls to get the win. Simple
Gary
as that.
Coffee Bum, I 1,000,000,000% agree with you. However, we're not here, are we, to try and have a negative one before the game? We're trying to, but we've got to be honest. I don't know if they've got the metal to run through walls. I see some of these players that typify the 21st century of just going through the motions, and I don't want to get hurt, and you know what I mean. I'm not really up for the fight. These aren't scrappers, Gary Coffee Bum. They're not like the likes of Wez and I. They say it as it is, and we would get stuck in. Do you know what, mate? We would get stuck in. We might
Yeah.
get nutmegged one or twice, but I tell you what, we'd put a few passes across the park there, and we'd make a few tackles, and they go, "Oh my God, they've still got
It's
it."
got to be controlled aggression, though, Rob, because you don't want to go down to 10 men. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's the thing. We need to have controlled aggression and get in the faces. You know, make it horrible for them. But at the
you're
same
right.
time,
You're right.
we need to we need to be able to put our foot on the ball. We need to win possession back because don't forget the beginning of the season, we were one of the best teams for winning possession back in the final third of the opposition pitch, and that's
What
just
went
gone out
wrong?
the window.
What went
Isn't it?
wrong?
It's gone out the window.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you just said the magical word. Get in the faces, put a pass, play a pass, whatever, whatever. But do you know what? Today could just be that. Oh my God! And it just clicks. It just hasn't been clicking, Wes, has it? But today just
no,
might be the day when we just. I use that term every week. Hope and just go. You know what I mean? It's got to happen some week. It's got to
yeah.
maybe this week. Maybe this week. So
Mr. Blue
frustrating.
Skies, Mr. Blue Skies asked for the ref was, but I think originally Chris Kavanagh was down to be the ref, and I'm not sure whether it's been switched. And Anthony Taylor's the ref now. But originally it was on it was in the Red Echo that it was Chris Kavanagh. So
Right.
and I think that the other was it Stuart Atwell that was on VAR.
Yeah, I never even look. I never even look. Do you know? I get so despondent with that side of things that I don't even look anymore. I just try and blank it out because I'm
Yeah.
always trying my best to look for the positive. But when you were an Everton top, oh, Bez, I've been laughing ever since we did the midweek blues through the week with that one that came on and gave us a load of shite about
Oh
me
yeah.
and you
Tops.
wearing an Everton top at home, like two 8-year-olds, like two kids. Fuck, honestly, God, I can't stop laughing at
No,
that one.
I know. I mean, we're out of order, aren't we? Coming on an Everton channel with Everton tops on. What was his name? Terry
And
something, weren't it?
and these behind, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
You need to
yeah,
grow up.
you're like two big kids, two 8-year-olds. Well, do you know what, mate? And as we said, and just for a laugh, I was 8 when I first went to my first match, and if 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 fellas are honest enough with themselves, you never stop being a kid. You still like ice cream, and you still act daft when you've got your grandkids or your children or whatever, whatever. So it's like that's just the way it is.
But there's an old saying from me that
An
if
old
you
one.
haven't an old one, if you haven't as a man or a woman, if you haven't grown up by the time you're 50, you don't have to.
Mate, I still live in Peter Pan world with that, with the moon dust and Tinkerbell and all that stuff. It makes life much easier. It allows you to be able to smile and laugh through all the shit that you go through as you're plotting your life course. And Everton just seems to be part of my life that seems to be quite shite on a regular
So
basis.
I read something. I read something yesterday on X, formerly known as Twitter, that and I don't know whether this is true or not, but apparently 777 came out, made a statement that they've secured funding for the stadium to be finished, secured funding to fund Everton until the end of the season,
Yeah.
and the only stipulation that's outstanding is the 158 million owed to MSP. Now they've said if that has to be paid, they can either fund it and pay for it out of their own money, or they can get funding from somewhere else to pay it. So that looks like that's going to be going through, Rob.
Yeah.
We was all kind of like, No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But it's looking more and more likely that it's going to now.
Mate, I had a chat with the wife last week, and we both went into Santander, and
What's she like? She all
we
right?
transfer, yeah, lovely. We transferred all our worldly goods over to 777. So I know that it's helped them out because I'm minted.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Rob, they can't buy Everton with a couple of bags of Haribo Fantastics, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, this is going to go on for we've still got lots of things. In fact, there's probably more going on off the pitch than there is on the pitch. I know we got chomped on Monday night, but do you know what, Wes? Let's come round to we've dealt with all the wishy-washy stuff. All the it might be this, it might be that. He's crap, he's not crap. Let's go for the scores today, my friend. What are your thoughts?
I'm
What are
going.
your thoughts?
I'm going to go, provided that we don't concede first, because we don't. If we concede first, we don't come back. We haven't come back all season, as far as I'm aware.
But we might.
But we might. But I'm going to go for a snidey 1-0 to the Blues,
Okay.
and a fancy DCL to score today.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
I'm going for
st-
2-1. 2-1
he's
for me, mate.
to be fair to him, right? I've given, like most Evertonians, I've given him shit over the season, right? But now and again he comes up with really important goals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think today is the day where he's going to come out with another important goal. And like I said, if we go 5 points clear of Luton, and we get a point back, and all the signs are there that we're going to get a point back from the appeal, which now the Premier League have said is going to be done and dusted by the end of the season.
Isn't that really nice of them? Applause for the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful
Because
people.
the fact of the matter is, Rob, they've made an absolute shit show of the league this season,
Yeah,
and they want to be
embarrassing.
seen. They don't want to be seen for it to be sucked into a pantomime where
It already
nobody
is, though,
knows
Wes,
what's
isn't it?
happened. It
Wes,
is, but
not just the points, mate, but the FA Cup and all the stuff. It's just have a little secret meeting. Just a little secret meeting. Sack the smaller clubs. They don't matter anyway.
yeah, but like I say, it has turned into a bit of a circus. But what they don't want is where clubs don't know where they stand at the end of the season, because that would just be a laughing stock throughout the whole world of football. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they've, it suits them now to have it dealt with before the end of the season. Forest's appeal is apparently this Wednesday, and it's looking likely that they're at least going to get 1 point back. So,
but I can't understand how they're going to get a point back when they already got 2 points back for being nice.
yeah, but that's the same as us, isn't it? It's the same as us. Like, why would they give us a point back if they've already given us 3 points back? Because we cooperated and the mitigation and this, that, and the other. So I don't know what Everton are gonna go in and what's their basis of appeal. What they're gonna, what, like, it hasn't really been in the press as to what their sort of mitigating circumstances going to be for them to get a point back.
All gone
You know
quiet,
what I
haven't
mean? Yeah, it has gone all a bit quiet. But where me saying there, just go Brentford don't show up next week. Just been saying that is that they're now pretty much safe, Brentford. So the teams that we want to be playing really this stage in the season, isn't it, is mid-table teams who are got the flip-flops on the beach and whatnot.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
got
the 3 games in a week, Wes. 3 massive games. Probably the biggest in the history, depending on which way it goes. Unless, because it's probably one of the biggest weeks in the history of Everton Football Club since 1878. From today until next week, because there's 9
don't
points up for
forget,
grabs, mate, isn't it? 9 points there.
Don't forget, right? If we win today, right, then that's going to be like a dagger to the heart of Luton, because they're then going to be thinking to themselves, we're fighting it out now between us and Forest.
That's like in the Al movies, that mate, a dagger to the heart. That's like Robin Hood
Ish,
stuff, that.
ish.
Have it. Yeah, you know, like we've even spoke today about others, haven't we? We're above them, but we're already looking over our shoulder and we're talking about Luton and Burnley and Notts Forest. But Everton have
Yeah.
just got to concentrate today, turn up, get out of the cars, be up for it, get on that pitch and just smash them.
The thing is, Rob, right, is that when you and our friend Chris Domino went out for a little beverage to
Yeah,
Atavola, and we bumped into our friend Kevin Campbell.
yeah.
This was before the points deductions, weren't it? And 12 points was getting bandied about,
Yeah.
right? And what did I say to him, Rob? Would you take the 12 points this season, right? And he goes, no, we should fight it, right? Fair enough, right? Yeah, I'm up for that. But I said, with the bottom of the league being absolutely dog shit this season, would it not be preferential? Because we didn't know whether we was going to get them this
Second one.
season or maybe or sort of like, you know, offset until next season, be given the option or whatever. You know what I mean? So I said, would you take them this season with the bottom of the league being shit, right? And he turned around and he said, the bottom of the league's not shit. I said, the bottom of the league is shit. It's terrible,
This
right?
was a conversation over a few wines and a few beers as well,
Yeah,
by the way.
but it was the thing. My point is, right, is that these players, that ex-players and whatnot, who think that the Premier League is the best league in the world, and it is, but that doesn't mean that it contains the best teams in the world.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
it's not 20 of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
And my point was, if the likes of Leicester or like Ipswich weren't even in my thoughts, but if Leicester and Leeds come up again next season, the league's going to be a tougher league if we take the points then. And it's proven right that the teams at the bottom of the league are shit, because we've had 8 points deducted off us and Luton is still below us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But the beat us twice, Wes.
It's immaterial, does it? It's
Yeah.
immaterial whether they beat us twice, because we're still above them after having, you know, with this their chief exec coming out and going, oh, they should have had more points and this, that, and the other. Like, well, you're the ones benefiting from it.
Yeah. Everyone's going to say that because we all know the Premier League, and I'm sure it's the same with other leagues. It's so cutthroat, it's unbelievable, and the stakes are so high. The money that it generates is colossal. So that's what it's all about. It's everyone just looks out for themselves. I mean, you know, if they didn't, and the 14 clubs got together and said, well, we're not happy what's going on with the six supposed Super Six, the Premier League had shit themselves. But
Yeah,
no one outside
they
their
haven't
own
got
front
no.
door, mate. No one's arse. No one's bothered.
Well, they got no backbone. It's like
Yeah,
the FA Cup replays, Rob. It's like that once again is the FA and the Premier League pandering to the teams that are going to be in Europe, which is
yeah.
the usual teams,
Which
right?
brings in the
It's like,
revenue. So
yeah,
again,
but then
it comes back.
but you've got like you know, the teams in the lower leagues and stuff like that. They rely on replays to
So
generate money.
totally agree. But whereas if they all got together and all the chairmen and chairwomen got together and had a little phone call, had a little coffee and a little volleyball, they could hold the Premier League to ransom in the FA and go, right, we're not playing it next season. And then their asses would go and they'd change
But
it.
who was consulted over it though? Like nobody seems to not like no Premier League team seems to have come out and said, yeah, we had a sit down, but they had a meeting the other week, didn't they?
Yeah,
And that was for the PSR thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So was that sort of mentioned
Prob-
in the
Probably
minutes?
might have been out because when you're in a meeting, it's only minuted when he wanted it to be minuted. Mate, I've been
Yeah,
in like so many meetings where they go, "Oh, by the way, this is off the record."
yeah. But
That's how they get down to you.
is it a case of the likes of Liverpool and Man City and Tottenham and anybody else that's in Europe season after season. Arsenal they've all sat around a big table, and they've got them six have piped up and said, well, we want replay scrapping, and all the other 14 teams have gone, oh, go on then, will you?
Yeah, we've not seen the minutes. We'll never see the minutes. But at the end of the day, my friends, all of those other clubs can go, well, tell you what, crack on, because we're not in it next season. And they change it. But it's never going to happen. It's like it's as we've said on the streams before, it's like Everton challenging legally the Premier League. So Everton take the Premier League to a court of whatever. They haven't got the setup to do it.
Leicester have threatened them with legal action.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes. So, friends, I'm hopeful today. I'm hopeful. I'm going to see some of it, but I'm not going to see all of it. As you know, obviously, with two little grandchildren and whatever, sometimes Grandad has a few little duties, so I'm going to see a little bit, but not all of it. So just keep me posted.
The Robster this is his last stream now until he's going on his jollies. So this is the Robster signing off until maybe
probably the Arsenal game, probably the last game of the season. So, but we will be talking tomorrow, won't we? We'll have a midweek blues tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of news from something else that's happening off the pitch. But hopefully we'll be able to have a chat about the 3 points today.
Well, yeah, this is what I just said. That Mr. Blue Skies is saying that Luton is the victims and this, that, and the other. They're not the victims; they're the benefactors. And if we hadn't had the 8 points deducted off us, we'd be 10 points clear of them, and we'd be staying up because they'd have no chance of pulling back 10 points in the last 5 games. So I'm sick to death of hearing about how poor Luton. Plus the fact they weren't even in the league when the breaches took place. You know what I mean? So
they're just fighting their own corner, and it's the press as well. So I just let it go all over my head. It's just a load of shite. So, friends, I wish you and Chris all the very best today for your post-match.
Yeah, I mean, he's on there. Chris, are you happy for me to do it? The post-match with you, mate. I'm shouting like he can hear me.
I know.
Like he's only just stood over in the corner there.
He's 3,500 miles away. So, friends, I'm going for 2-1, a Blues win today. You're going for a sneaky 1-0. That's correct?
1-0. Yeah, 1-0.
And
it's going to be a very tense game.
The fists are clenched, mate. I'm all for it. So until post-match, when Wez and Aussie Chris will be with you, and tomorrow Wez and I will be with you on Monday night, midweek blues, talking about hopefully a win and other stuff. So join us with all your conversations. Thanks for everyone joining in today. It's lovely to see so many people from all around the planet, fellow blues. Oh, good luck today. Up the toffees, up the blues.
Up the toffees.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.